Nintendo was the console that I undoubtedly spent the most time on. There's no question. It was my console through the most formative years of my life. So, without further ado, it's the top 5 games that I sank the most time into on the Super Nintendo growing up. Welcome back, everyone, to another Ride and Rank here on newangel.net, Our Story So Far TV, whatever I'm calling it. I don't know the name of my own channel. Coming in at number 5, it's ActRaiser. Oh! I just got a bug kill right on my glasses, and I can't see a thing. Pull it over. I'm going to do it here where they can see me if somebody comes up behind me. Oh man, that is why you wear glasses. Holy crap. Imagine if that just hit me right in the eye. Oh, gross. Oh, so gross on my shirt. Oh, you don't even want to know the things that I am peeling off of this. This is fantastically gross. Oh, it's still there. How many guts do you have inside of you? Oh, it's so gross. Anyway, ActRaiser is a game that I spent a ton of time in. Now, the funny thing is, I didn't actually replay it that many times, but I do remember pretty much an entire summer just leveling up, you know, trying both the God game and the, I guess, beat 'em up style in the game. It has multiple genres. ActRaiser goes for a pretty penny these days, but if you get a chance to try it, I highly recommend just scoping this game out. It's really cool. Number 4, Saturday Night Slam Masters. This is a game I rented multiple times in my childhood. It's got cameo appearances from other Capcom franchises. In my opinion, it's got one of the most unique play styles of any Capcom fighting game. It's a fighting game, it's a wrestling game, it doesn't quite make sense, and there are special characters that you play, I guess in certain modes. Maybe they're unlockable in the full version, I don't remember, but I just love sinking time into that game. It is a ton of fun. Number 3, Super Metroid. I spent so much time in Super Metroid when I was younger. It helped, I'll admit, that I got a copy, it was used, and it already had a bunch of the stuff unlocked. So that helped me know just how powerful and awesome Samus can become, which inspired me to play through the game from the beginning and unlock it all myself. So getting to do that, running through the whole campaign, is so much fun. It's something I'm kind of saving for later. I want to be able to do that game justice if I do it for Our Story So Far TV. So it's something I've been holding on to. I really want to do it right. It's in my back pocket though. I've said it a million times on the channel. Huge Metroid fan, and it really pretty much started with Super Metroid, and then I went backwards and played Metroids 1 and 2. Number 2 has got to be no other choice. Turtles in Time. Yes, TMNT 4. It's a game that I never had growing up, but very much like Saturday Night Slam Masters, I rented it just over and over and over and over. Yes, kids, back in our day, we went places that had games on shelves, and we asked them if we could exchange money in order to borrow them for a few days at a time. It wasn't all digital. Turtles in Time has so many memories for me though. It's very much like playing an arcade quality game in your living room. The graphics are astounding for what the Super Nintendo can do. The music is some of the most memorable. I mean, just ask Gerard the Completionist. on watching one of his videos, he just wouldn't stop with the music because it's that catchy. It's that good. There's certain things that just stand out in your brain. They're just burnt in there. Big Apple, 3 a.m. Bury my shell and Wounded Knee. There's certain things that you can hear in your mind's ear. Is that a thing? Do minds have ears? I don't know. Game I wasted the most time in on the Super Nintendo growing up was probably Donkey Kong Country. Now, I do remember playing Super Mario World and 100%ing that game, and I also 100%ed all the other DKC games. And I just don't remember, though, if I truly spent as much time in the other games. I mean, I probably spent, more time working my way through the games, like DKC 2 and DKC 3. There were just so many collectibles and hidden things, and it was a collectathon. I mean, it was the birth of the collectathon. I mean, people often blame Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie or games like that, but it really started with those rare Super Nintendo games, DKC 2 and 3 in particular. Donkey Kong Country 1 just had some hidden stuff in it. It was cool. But at the end of the day, I would put Donkey Kong Country in, this sounds ridiculous, but I would put it into the cartridge slot, on my Super Nintendo. I'd fire up the Super Nintendo. I'd pick a certain level, very often any underwater level or whatever, just so I could hear certain tracks, just so I could hear the music of Donkey Kong Country while I was getting dressed for school. The graphics are iconic. I mean, I talked about it in the second or third episode of our Story So Far TV. I mean, the graphics, those pre-rendered sprites were mind-blowing at the time. And to just think that, graphics like that could exist on the Super Nintendo, that the SNES could push anything like that. I mean, I knew they were pre-rendered. I was old enough to kind of understand the concept, but it was still just astounding. The music is bar none some of the best on the entire console. Everybody knows it. Everybody says it. The gameplay is crisp. It's excellent. If it had the amazing graphics and it had the amazing music, it still wouldn't matter if the gameplay weren't there. But the Donkey Kong Country games, and in particular the very first one, really do nail gameplay. Well, thanks for riding along with me for the Ride and Rank episode. Again, if you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. If you don't, feel free to dislike it. But tell me why in the comments. I need to know, just so I know maybe I should stop making videos like this entirely. Or maybe there's a top 5 list that you want to see. Or maybe you really want me to get to those ride and reviews that I talked about in a channel update video right before I launched the first ever Ride and Rank. Reviews are coming. I just got to kind of figure out what and when and how to do it. My time is fairly limited. I do love getting out on the bike though. And so I wanted to find a way to combine my video game hobby with my motorcycling hobby. So that's what I did. But until next time, take care of yourself.